Welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to restore the steering, alright? So let's get to it. Alright, so first off, let's talk a bit about what is wrong with this steering, alright? Actually, nothing much is wrong, alright? It's still perfectly round. The only thing is that on the top here we will have what you call the sunburn, alright? Let me see if I can focus it there. Alright, you can see all the sunburn on the top here, and there is a lot of scratches all around. Alright, overall the condition of this steering is, I would say, probably 7 out of 10, mainly because the leather is all worn out and sunburned on top. Okay, so we'll be restoring this. Okay, so what I've already done is that I've already give this a wash with soap water. Alright, this is to make sure there's no oil or grime, hand grime all over it. Alright, the next thing I will do is I will put double-sided tape. Yeah, what I've done is I've actually purchased a steering leather kit here. Okay, so in the steering leather kit what we have is double-sided tape, the fabric scissors, I guess, a plunger, thread, and more thread. That's good. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, I think it will be easier if you remove this as well. Alright, took a while. Okay, you notice I'm actually putting the tape at areas whereby there's a possibility that the leather does not get pushed down. Alright, which is always the side here, and also the back. Then just to secure the leather, I've actually put the tape around it on the front as well as on the back. Okay, next up, let's have a look at the leather. Okay, so let's wrap this. So this is actually stretchable by a bit, so that you can actually put it around it. So I'm just gonna try to position this as accurately as possible first. Then I'll go put it around it. Okay, so now that you have put it in, make sure that everything is able to cover towards the end. Then it's time to take the tape off, the double-sided tape, and then we'll slowly push it in first, alright, before we start sewing it. Alright, so there we have it. We have already removed the sellotapes and then we put it in. So at this moment it's still not stitched, so it won't be perfect. As you can see, there are still some wrinkles here and all. I hope this will go away when I do the stitching because the material is stretchable. Okay, now time to do the stitching. Oh, I might need to put a tape here. Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. That was good. That was good. Okay. Looking really nice. Alright, so I've stitched up the bottom part here. It's not in the most perfect condition, but it will work. Alright, so from here, what I've learned, I'm going to teach you how I did it. Alright, it may not be the correct way, but this is how I'm going to do it. Alright. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is a stitching they call double strings or double something. Alright, so what we do is we take the string and then we put it into two layers. So first we need to put the needle in first. Okay, then just let it drop. Then what we need to do is we need to tie a knot. Okay, make sure you measure the strings. I'll just explain it later in the summary. Okay, so you need to tie a knot over here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll tie 3 knots at the same spot, so it makes it a bit bigger and harder to come out actually. But try not to tie too many knots, else you will have a problem whereby it's too thick. Okay, that's 2, now 1 more. Okay, so you have 3 knots and then you have this knot over here then. Then you just cut off the tail. Okay, I hope you can see it. How we are going to be doing this is we will be going in from the back. Alright, if you can see it here, okay. So what we'll be doing is that the thread needs to go in from here, so we need to puncture a hole over here from the back for the string. So yeah, puncture a small hole, a tiny hole. Okay, yep, I hope you can see it. Okay, then we'll pull the string over. so it will be stuck on this side. Alright, okay, then what we'll do is we will go through the first hole over here. Okay, then we will aim it for the closest but not the closest one. Alright, we might need to stretch this out a bit. I will go for the second one. Okay, and what I'll do is just to make sure this is tight. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one and going back into the same hole as the first one. Okay, so from here I'm going to start. What you need to do is go to the next thread and join it to the following thread in the red one. Okay, just like that. Okay, and just pull it. Okay, then what you do is you need to go back into the following hole of the red one and then into the following hole of the black one. Okay, so just repeat this until you get to the other end. Okay, so what I'm doing is that I'm actually letting the red leather overlap on top of the black one because the red one will be on the front. Okay, so once we have reached towards the end, we need to tie a knot at the back of the ladder, alright? Don't make the same mistake as me. I tie the knot on the front here so it looks a bit ugly over there. But this time I'm going to tie the knot at the back. Okay, once that's done, what you want to do is probably just give it a burn. Okay, and we're more or less done. Okay, so now that we are done with this, you might notice that this is actually in place right now. So this is actually to make sure to put the ladder on the bottom here in place, so when we are sewing that time it doesn't run off. Okay, and you notice the old one is actually silver, the new one's piano black. Let's get to that. Okay, before assembling back, let's have a look at this. Okay, when it comes to the buttons here, these buttons, alright, the silver one. Okay, I'm changing the silver one to the piano black mainly because the buttons on the cruise control is working, but the one on the volume control seems to be a bit wonky. So I'm changing that. Else, if it was working perfectly fine, I could just spray paint it. Okay, but since it's wonky, I'm actually going to be replacing those. Now, one thing that I need to confirm, need to make sure, is the wiring. So this is the original wiring that comes with the silver buttons. Alright, if you look at it over here, there is 5 wires, but in the new buttons it comes with one that has 6 wires. Comes with one that has 6 wires, so that's a bit worrying. So what I'll be doing is, and what I'm going to show you is, I'm going to open both the old and the new buttons and we'll have a look at the wirings, alright? This is what we want to see, and on this side, okay, so let's do a comparison. Let me see if I can zoom this in. Okay, so let's do a comparison. Okay, let's see. The first line over here goes straight to a capacitor, then goes to alright. So the first one over here goes here and then to the LED, then continues on to the other LED and another LED. Its line seems to be going to all the LEDs, and then it comes to this LED and this LED, and it joins back and it comes back down to the last one. So let's see if this one is the same. Okay, so from the first it goes to this capacitor, then an LED, then goes to another LED, then goes to another LED here, another LED, then goes here, comes to another LED, and comes back here, and this line comes to the last one. Okay, so for the LED, it seems to be the correct one. Let's look at the second one. So the first and the fifth seems to be the correct one, and now the second one goes from, let's start with this one. So the second one goes from here, goes here, then comes here to this button. First button down here, then it goes to another button here. It terminates here, so that's nothing. So it goes to another button here, and it goes from here to another button. And let's see. It goes to this line here, terminates here, goes to this button. Okay, so the second line goes to all the buttons. Let's see. It goes to this button here, then it continues and it travels to this button, then it travels to this button, and then it travels to, hang on, let's start again. Goes here, comes here, this one goes to the middle, okay, doesn't matter first. Comes here, and comes here, and then jumps to this side and then here. No, wait. Okay. So it jumps here and it jumps here, then it comes back to here. And then we have another line over here that comes from here, joins here and here as well. So it goes to all 5 buttons as well. Now let's look at the middle line. Okay, the middle line goes from here and here and it joins to the... Okay, that seems to be correct as well, same as this. The fourth line comes here, joins to here, then joins to here. And then it comes down, and then it comes down, it comes down. Okay, seems good. Let's see. This one goes here, joins here, goes up, joins here, here, and then here. Okay, looks good. Looks like it's the same. I hope you saw it. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting this back together. Okay, so for the other side, it's the same, whereby we need to trace the circuit and see if it's similar or if it's the same kind of route. Okay, so I'll skip that. I don't want to bore you with the same thing again. Alright, so yep. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. This is the end result. Alright, so what we have done here is that we have actually rewrapped the steering on the Proton Inspira aka Lancer 08, and we have also changed the buttons over here. So now a couple of things that I would like to mention is that even though after rewrapping it, the steering does not feel that much thicker. As a matter of fact, it actually feels better. All right, and I'm not sure whether you can hear it. That sound when your hand glides through the steering, that sounds good. All right, so let's see. Time, how long it took for me to actually get this done. It's about a couple of hours, about almost 5 hours. All right, this is the first time I'm actually doing it, and I can tell you one thing, this is not 100% how you should do it. All right, I was basically just learning as well. All right, there's a lot of mistakes that I've done that I can actually show you right now. So earlier in the video I mentioned something about tying the knot outside. So yeah, you get this little thing over here. All right, and yeah, there are also a couple of places where it's not perfect, right? Like right here. All right, but it's not very noticeable, so it's okay. Okay, so what can I say? Cost. Let's talk about the cost first. All right, basically the steering wrap itself cost me about $23 US, so that's about, say, 90 ringgit. All right, and then the buttons cost me about another $25 US, so that's about 100 ringgit. All right, but if your buttons are working fine, you actually don't need to change the buttons. All right, you can respray, or basically you can just leave it as it is. All right, okay, just that my buttons was not working, so I have to replace it, and since I'm replacing one, I might as well replace both sides. Okay, now let's talk about what I would do differently if I were to do this again. Okay, the main thing that I will do differently is that I'll apply more double-sided tape around the steering before I actually wrap it. All right. Oh, this feels so good. Yeah, this feels so good. Oh, okay, so double-sided tape, yes, I will apply more double-sided tape around the steering, definitely. Okay, and when it comes to the stitching, all right, I will probably apply more even pressure, because if you can see from here, because I didn't apply even pressure, it doesn't look straight. But you know what, I don't think anybody actually noticed it actually. As well as if they do, I'll just say it's handmade, not machine made, handmade. Okay, that's why it looks so good. It looks so good. I love it. Okay, now I need some suggestions from you. As you can see the steering as it is, do you think I should put a chrome logo here instead? Tempting. Okay, and another thing I need to ask you guys, and I hope you guys can answer me in the comments below. If the airbag deploys, where is the cutoff? Is it somewhere around in the middle or like that, or is it over here? All right, the reason why I need this from you guys, if you guys know, is because I couldn't find any information on the internet. And if I were to put a logo here and this is the place where the airbag deploys, I'm not gonna put a logo here. I don't want the logo to fly at me when I crash my car. That would be bad. All right, so that's the end of this video as well. As usual, if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you get notified on our future uploads. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, you can always hit that, but leave us a comment down below on how we can improve further. All right, so in my next video I'll show you how to install back the steering so that it's straight. All right, it's gonna be a short video, it's gonna be an informative video. All right, so stay tuned for that.